Hey guys, Nathan here again. This is kind of the follow up video. Going to just show some more advanced things I'm doing with the Tone Master Pro from this latest update that's now giving us the ability to send MIDI controls from the Tone Master Pro to whatever interface we have it connected to. So if you haven't watched the other video, check it out. That's how I got rid of my AirTurn directly using the Tone Master Pro and MobileSheets, which is my music app that I use to manage all my chord charts and sheet music. In this video, I'm going to show you there was two things I wanted to do when this came out with the MIDI controls. I wanted to one be able to manage turning the page, ditch the air turn. So I've got my next and previous. The other thing I wanted to do is a lot of times I use pads under my songs when I'm leading worship. So if I've got, um, a song, it just plays just a nice pad in the key of that song, just kind of fills in just a nice little ambient. You can hear it, just kind of fills that in. MobileSheets makes it real easy. You can just go in, select an audio file, an MP3 or whatever file format you use. Audio file. Shout out to Worship Tutorials. You guys make the best pads on the market, and that way that backing track or that pad in this case plays whenever you load the song. So if you haven't ever checked out pads, check it out. Check out Worship Tutorials. Great resource for pads. They have all kinds of different textures, all kinds of different pads for whatever you want, and it makes things a lot easier. It kind of just fills everything out. You don't really I keep it nice and subtle. You don't really notice it's there until it's gone, and then it's like something's missing type of thing. Works great for transitions. I'll crossfade my pads to do key change modulation if it's not too drastic of a key change. And yeah, so if you're not using pads, check it out. I think you'll love it. A lot of worship leaders are already using those. So I've got pads. They play when I'm playing a song, and sometimes I want to be able to. Uh, Sometimes I want to be able to turn the volume up or down. Maybe I don't want the pad at all. I can just turn my volume completely down to the pad. If I want to bring it up just a little bit during a certain part of a song or whatever, I want to be able to control the volume of the pad with my foot through the Tone Master Pro. Now I can. Now, keep in mind, um, the way I use the pads is the Tone Master Pro is connected to my tablet through USB cable, so it's acting as the audio interface, the sound card for my tablet. So it's just playing the pad just like it normally would, like if it was on the tablet through its speakers, but instead of using its internal speakers, it sees the Tone Master Pro as an audio interface, as an audio sound card, so it sends that sound to the Tone Master Pro. Now, it bypasses any processing. It's not like, if I have a preset with effects on it, none of the pad sound or that backing track goes through the processing. It just goes straight to the Tone Master through the outs to front of house. So that's how I'm using the pads. Running it off my tablet. I've got full control of it there. I want to be able to control the volume. So now I already kind of addressed how I did the next and previous to ditch the air turn. Now we're going to look at volume up, volume down. Now I could, in MobileSheets, one of the actions for MIDI is to increase audio player volume by 5% or decrease by 5%. So I could use that. But the only issue with that is you would actually have to tap out your volume. Like your volume would only increase on the pad inside MobileSheets 5% every time you push it. So I'd sit there and have to like click the pad up to turn it up and click it to lower the volume. I want a nice, smooth, in fact, you can see it because managing my system volume. I want a nice, smooth, I can turn it up. When I release, it stops. Hold it, release, stop. hold it. I want that nice smooth action of just being able to turn volume up, turn volume down. So how am I doing that? I'm doing that with a very powerful program that I've been using for many years called Bome MIDI Translator. I'll have the link for it in the description of the video here, but this application is so powerful. There's like so many things you could do. I mean, the possibilities are endless of what you could do with this app and MIDI signals. You just send in MIDI signals and you can do virtually anything you could think of. So it's a little pricey. I mean, it's not super expensive. I want to say it was maybe $50, but in my opinion, it was money well spent. I've used it so many times. In fact, one of the most complex presets I ever created with MIDI Translator was I was an early adopter of MobileSheets when it first came out. It did not have the ability to add backtracks. You couldn't have backtracks associated with songs. So I was actually using Bome. I was actually using MIDI Translator, and it was receiving MIDI from MobileSheets, and it would start a pad in just my music player for the key that that song was in. Super complex, but you can do anything with this program. It's crazy. So anyway, for the volume, that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm actually using it for the next and previous as well. I use, just because I'm used to MIDI Translator, I'm just taking that next when I send the change control for next on my Footswitch, it sends out its outgoing action as a keystroke of the right arrow key. Just because I'm so used to Bome, I actually use it. I don't use MobileSheets, but in the previous video I was showing you just how you could do it without Bome if you wanted to. So I'm actually going to just create a brand new preset. We're just going to go through this thing. Like I said, this will be a little bit longer, but I want to show you how you can do this. If you're using Bome in conjunction with the Tone Master Pro, how you can ditch your AirTurn and control your volume fluidly. So we'll do the next and previous first, just because they're super easy. So next page, right? I'm just creating a new translator. I called it next. The incoming trigger. And let me turn off this video so you can see the whole screen. So created a new translator. I just named it next. Its incoming trigger, you can go in kind of like with MobileSheets. You can manually put in all the information you want for that message that you want it to, the trigger to be, or you can just do the capture MIDI, where it's listening for any MIDI commands that are being sent to it. So I'm going to press this foot switch. There's the MIDI that I just sent from the Tone Master. And like I discussed in the previous video, you actually send two commands. You send one when you press it, and you send one when you release it. We'll get to the release on the volume, but for this one, all we need is the send, or the when we press it. So I selected that one. My outgoing action is going to be a keystroke. And you just put your cursor in the box, press the right arrow on your keyboard, and boom, there's your right arrow. So now I've got my next foot switch sending a right arrow key for MobileSheets to turn the page. Previous is just a simple, right? I'm going in here. I'm going to capture again. Let me clear that. Capture. Now I'm going to hit the previous foot switch I created. There's the two commands it sends, the press and the release. We want the press. Keystroke. Left arrow. So now we've got next and previous set up. The audio up and down is where it gets a little kind of complicated, and might take you a minute to kind of wrap your head around this. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll just call this one volume up. So again, I'm just going to listen for that MIDI command. In the previous video, I showed you how I created these. You're just going into foot switch assignment, you're adding one of the new ones, which is MIDI Change Control. So for volume, I've got MIDI channel 1, channel or change control number 0, active values 3, inactive is 0, right? So now I'm going to see that come across in Bome when I press the volume up foot switch. We're going to see the active and the inactive. I pressed and released. So I want it on the press. It's going to come in. Now, the outgoing, this is where it gets really cool. The outgoing is I'm going to create a timer. I want it to create a timer job of when I send that MIDI change control of hitting that volume up, it's going to create a timer. I'm going to call this timer volume up timer, right? And I want that to repeat indefinitely. I don't want any initial duration, but I want the repeat to be, I want it to repeat every 100 milliseconds, right? So now what's happening is when I press the volume up on the Tone Master Pro, it creates this timer job that just sits here and repeats indefinitely, and it repeats every 100 milliseconds. So now I'm going to create another translator, and this is going to be, I'm just going to call this one turn volume up, right? And the incoming, instead of it being any kind of MIDI message, it's actually going to be associated with that timer that I just created in the previous translator. So it's looking for, in this case, this timer. If you have multiple timers, you can drop that arrow down and see them. The timer that I just created called volume plus timer. The outgoing is going to be my keystroke of actually turning the volume up. So now, if you're tracking with me, what's happening is I press my foot switch, which sends the MIDI signal on the press, creates a timer job that repeats every 100 milliseconds indefinitely. And then there's another translator that picks up that timer job and says, oh, that timer job's running. What I'm going to do is every time that timer job repeats, I'm going to turn the volume up. I'm actually going to do the equivalent of going over to the switch on my tablet and turning the volume switch up. So now this is where we need to be able to stop that timer job and quit turning the volume up. This is where that second inactive value comes in. So I'm going to call this one stop volume up timer. And this one will be a MIDI because it's the release of my volume foot switch that I created, right? So there's the press, there's the release. That's the one I want. I want it when I release it to actually be an outgoing action of timer, and instead of activating a timer, it's going to kill a timer job. So it stops the volume timer. So hopefully that makes sense. And you just rinse repeat for the volume down. This was just a preset I started to create just to walk through. This is the one I'm using, right? So I've got my volume up, the stop timer, the volume down is just the opposite action of that. So now, as you can see, when I've got my nice ambient pad playing underneath my song that I'm playing at the time, I can turn the volume up, I can turn the volume down, and I'll even show you here so you can see it. I'm holding it down, volume's going up, nice smooth, volume down, nice and smooth. And you can play with those values in Bome. You can play with these values of the repeat duration, and also on the actual action of the keystroke. I'm emulating emulating keystrokes slowly, so I've got it at the slower option of 50 milliseconds. For me, that is the perfect, it's nice and smooth. It doesn't turn up too fast or turn down too fast. It's just a nice, even, just smooth transition for my volume. So anyway, that is how I'm leveraging Bome MIDI Translator with the Tone Master Pro, being able to send MIDI change controls now with this latest update, and how I've ditched my AirTurn, and now I have full control of the volume of my backtracker pad for my songs. So anyway, I hope that gets you thinking. If you do look at Bome, there's so many things you can do with it. It's mind blowing. I honestly can't think of anything you couldn't do. There's nothing you couldn't control with the combination of the Tone Master Pro, sending MIDI controls, and Bome MIDI Translator. So anyway, thanks for checking it out. Again, I'm going to say it again. The new album, Worship Calling Live and Raw, the single take, all the warts and all, just this live studio recording of some new songs. Be sure to check that out. Pre-save on Spotify today. It will be released everywhere February 24th or February 21st. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for checking it out, guys, and have fun in the world of worship, leading worship, and the Fender Tone Master Pro. See you guys.